Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Active Directory Lab series. Until now we have created our lab in Google Cloud. What we have created a server called DC01, which at the moment is Active Directory Domain Controller, and we have also a member server, server01, which has been added to a domain. We would like to manage both of those servers, and we would like to log on to server01 with standard users, because we'll be performing various different tests. By default, only administrators can log on via RDP to the server. So I'm going to show you what changes do we need to make on server 01 to allow everyone to access remotely this server. So what I have at the moment, I have both of my servers started in Google Cloud. DC01 is started, server 01 is started, and I have my remote desktop console prepared here. So I'm going to connect to server 01. It is asking me for username. What I'm going to do now, I'm logging on with local user. So I'm logging with local admin user, the user which I have been using before. Enter my secure password. Okay, and I'm connected to the server. There's a couple of things what I have to do here. We have mentioned before that on server 01 we have various local groups, and those local groups are granting various permissions to perform various different actions. One of them is remote access. So what I can do, I can go to Tools, I can go to Computer Management, and here local users and groups, I have folder groups. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And there is a group which is called Remote Desktop Users. This group, we have explanation here. Members of this group are granted the right to log on remotely, and this will allow log on remotely via RDP. So what I need to do, I need to add whom I would like to invite to connect via remote desktop. So I just check. Now, because I'm logged on locally, I have to authenticate myself to Active Directory in order to browse users and groups from Active Directory. So what I will do, I'm logging on to Blue Tile Spin domain. So I'm putting my domain username. And I will be able to browse. Okay. And I have a group here called domain users. So I'm going to add this user, this group here. Now, all members of domain users group will be allowed to remotely access via RDP. If I would like to add another group from Active Directory, let's say that I have, I would like to add all domain admins. Ask me again. Okay. So I can specify a group which I would like to allow access. If I would have some other groups in Active Directory, I would like to add them here. I could add them here, and then those users would have access remotely. Yes. So once I click Apply. At the moment, domain users from Blue Tile Spin domain can remotely access this server, server 01. Another option of doing exactly the same, if we go to Windows Explorer and we right-click on the my computer, go to Properties, and there's Remote Settings. Here we have configuration which specify who can access remotely the server using remote desktop connection. And when we just select users, we can see that users what we have selected, they are already here on the list. So this is group from Bluetail Spin domain users. So I can add here, I can type part of the group. I have to authenticate because I'm working now on the server as a local user. So each time when I want to access resources in a domain, I've been asked for authentication. Let me spell my password. It's important to use secure passwords, however, they may be easy to misspell. And let's say I add here this group. So everybody who is in that specific group would have access at the moment. Okay. And again, we can verify it here. So if my computer management and we have remote desktop users, what I've added in the other interface, it's here as well. So let me log off from this console. So I just sign out from the server 01. I will log on to domain controller. And to domain controller, I'm logging on with a domain username. So we can see here it specify in what form we need to enter the username. So Bluetail Spin is the name of my domain, and I'm entering the username. So in this form, I can enter here username and password. That is domain and the user, and I enter my secure password. And I'm connected at the moment to domain controller. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a user, which will be member of a domain users group. So I'm going to Active Directory, users and computers. Interface have started. I just want to make it a little bit bigger so it will be easier for us to see. And I'm going to create a new user. New user. User will be called Fiona. The username is Fiona. So Fiona can log on either using Bluetail Spin Fiona, or she can log on fiona@bluetailspin.com. One of those methods. I have to enter a secure password. I repeat the password. I don't want this user to be required to change the password. And click next, finish. So user Fiona has been created. And if we check what groups she belongs to domain users. So if all the configuration what we did have been done properly, Fiona should be able to log on to server 01. So let's check. So I'm going back to my RDP, and I try to log on to server 01. I enter first domain, Fiona, and Fiona's secure password. Okay. And user Fiona is able to log on. Her profile is being built at the moment. Yes, and we have Fiona working on the server 01. So important, guys, is to remember that this server, even if it has been added to domain, only system administrators can log on remotely via RDP. There is a local group for remote desktop users, and if you would like to grant any member of domain users to connect remotely to the server, we have to add them to the local group. Thank you.